Good morning, dear students. A hearty welcome to all of you. Today we are going to start with our first chapter in science, which is nutrition in plants. As we all know that every living organism on earth requires energy to carry out the basic functions of life. Have you ever thought of from where do they get this energy? Yes, you are right. We all get this energy from the food that we eat. So dear students, today we are going to discuss about nutrition. We will divide this whole chapter into small sections and daily we'll deal with these sections so that it will be easier for us to understand all the topics. So in this part, what we are going to study, these are nutrition, modes of nutrition, autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, and photosynthesis. As you know that food is required to obtain energy, and how this energy is obtained is that the food taken by the organisms is broken down into simple substances which releases energy. So, in simple words, we can say that the process of taking in food and utilizing it for various life processes is called nutrition. Is it clear? Or else we can say it that nutrition is the process by which an organism gets the nutrients needed for its growth and development. Now this nutrition is again divided into two parts. As you can see from the chart, it is autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Many of you must be knowing that all the living organisms on earth are basically either plants or animals. And you must be knowing, or you must have observed, that the plants are majorly green in color. They have lots of green leaves. Do you know why they have green leaves? Yes, they have green leaves because of the presence of a substance which is called chlorophyll. This chlorophyll is the only special substance in the plant body which is responsible for the process of photosynthesis and which makes the plants autotrophs. Now you must be wondering what is autotroph. I have segregated the word autotroph into auto and troph. Auto means self and troph means nutrition. So if we combine these two meanings, we'll get that those organisms which can obtain their nutrition by themselves are called autotrophs. Now you must be getting confused of getting nutrition by themselves. It means that they can synthesize the food in their body using the natural substances present around them. And the example for autotrophic nutrition are green plants. The other category of nutrition is the heterotrophic nutrition. Again, by splitting the word heterotroph, we'll get two words, hetero and troph. Hetero means different and troph means nutrition. It means that the organisms which get their nutrition from different means and they are not capable of synthesizing their food by their own are known as heterotrophs, and their mode of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. Now this heterotrophic nutrition is again divided into four different groups, which are parasitic mode of nutrition, saprophytic mode of nutrition, insectivorous plants, and symbiotic plants. We will discuss about the different modes of nutrition in heterotrophs in next section. Today, we'll discuss about autotrophic nutrition. In this figure, you can see that this is a plant. This is the diagram of a green plant. And you all know that a plant has two systems. The one which is above the soil is the shoot system, and the one which is below the soil has the root system. The shoot system has stem, leaves, flowers, while the root system have roots. These roots go deep into the soil and absorb water. Now the part which is present above the soil, that is the shoot system, have leaves, and you can see in the diagram that the leaves are green in color. Do you know why they have green color? This green color is because of the presence of a pigment which is called chlorophyll. It imparts green color to the leaves. Now this chlorophyll pigment has a special ability to absorb or trap the sun's energy. It traps the sunlight and helps in the synthesis of food. Now alone, this chlorophyll can't perform photosynthesis. The plants absorb carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere through small pores in their leaves and stem, which are called stomata. They absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and water from the soil. And in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll pigment, they synthesize their food, which is glucose or sugar. And in this process, the oxygen gas is released in the atmosphere. So, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants prepare their own food using carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and water from the soil in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. And the result of this process is the production or the synthesis of glucose and the release of a gas which is oxygen. Here is the equation for photosynthesis, or how can you represent the process of photosynthesis through a chemical equation. So here carbon dioxide plus water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll forms glucose and oxygen. The chemical formula for carbon dioxide is CO2, for water is H2O, for glucose is C6H12O6, and for oxygen is O2. So the chemically balanced equation for photosynthesis is 6CO2 plus 6H2O is equal to C6H12O6 plus 6O2 in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So this is the chemical equation for photosynthesis, and that's all for this section. In the next section, we'll discuss about the factors which are responsible or which will affect the process of photosynthesis.